In 1975, a crack commando was sent to prison by a military court for a crime he didn't commit. This man promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade straight to the Raider underground. Today, still wanted by the government, he survives as a soldier of Raider fortune. If you have a problem, if you're lucky enough to find him, proceed with caution. Be prepared. He's known to bring the fire.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios, deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. Tonight, we will be discussing the Gabe Jackson contract, Zach Orr, BeastMode, Khalil Mack, Downing, the new Raiders in Vegas, the greatest, continuing the countdown of the greatest Raiders by jersey number, and we'll end the show with my WTH. So. Let's go back. Well, who was in first tonight? Hold on. Well, technically, we have... Let's see, who's in first tonight? In first tonight was Jet Neal. Was in first tonight. Correct. Yes, he's the first comment. Jet Neal, Raider for Life. J Chuck was second. Lines was third. Alright, so that gives us, let's see. Hold on, we still got tomorrow. We got one more tonight and then tomorrow. So the prize pack, you got two more chances to get in. Right now, Lines has 3, Chuck has 1, Jose has 1, Brian has 2, Jukebox has 2, and Janelle has 1. So there we, but it ain't on there, Jukebox. I went back and looked. It ain't on there. It ain't on there. It ain't on there. So, hey, that's all I can do, man. That's all I can do. So, obviously, the big news of the day, another hurdle. Like I keep saying, that's all this offseason has been, is just hurdle after hurdle cleared. A small hurdle is put forth, a small hurdle is cleared. And that is all it has been ever since, pretty much everything the Raiders have on set to do, they have met the hurdle, and they've cleared it. And like I said, the car hurdle was cleared, next one was Gabe Jackson, and I saw no issue with it getting cleared as well. Now, the last hurdle really that needs taken care of before going in to training camp. What's up, Jennifer? What's up, Dorothy Bell, Alfonso, Lines, Ryan? So, that leaves one more small hurdle that needs taken care of going into, and that's the 3 rookies. The 3 top draft picks that still aren't signed. That's the next hurdle that needs taken care of before we go getting into training camp and preseason. Right now we are on the course. The course has been set forth that we're not going to have any drama hanging out when we start the off season. That we're not going to have any cloud hanging over us. We're not going to have any of that, oh, well, so-and-so, he didn't get his contract. Oh, well, we're not going to have any of that. He was? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. If I will convene to the masses. And if Jukebox was on there, I mean, hey, we'll give, to be fair, because I cannot take Janelle's tally away from him. So to be fair, he will have to have one, but I will also give Jukebox one as well. So that does bring Jukebox into a tie for first with lines. So, because I would not be surprised, because the last 2 nights, Facebook has glitched when I've went to go live and it's rebooted. Although I didn't have to reboot tonight. So if it rebooted, then it did it on its own and I didn't see it. Which is a distinct possibility because the last 2 nights it's done it and I've had to reboot. But tonight I did not have to reboot, so it must have done it on its own and I didn't see it. It's because I'm not always looking at the screen at the very beginning. I rely on going back to it and scrolling back and seeing who it is. So, Jukebox, you get a tally for the night as well. So, so you got Conley. Now, Conley's an interesting situation because when Conley's drafted, basically the night he's drafted, we start hearing all the news, and the next day we get that it's a 4 to 6 at maximum 7 weeks. And we're going to have some results back. And we're going to have some news on the allegations and the possible and the investigation against Garyon Conley. Well, that time is here, folks. 6 weeks was almost 2 weeks ago. So we're working on 8 weeks right now. And even Garyon Conley's attorney is saying, I am not hearing anything and I don't know what's going on. You know what? I've heard all sorts of crazy things, Brian, about Brett Favre. I haven't heard Brett Favre thinking about he still wants to play, which is absolute insanity. Well, 8 weeks is now, Tana. 8 weeks is now. I mean, I heard the same thing. I heard 4 to 6. I heard 5 to 7. If you heard 6 to 8, then what have you. But regardless, we are at that point. The attorney hasn't heard anything. He's like, is this going to turn out to be a whole lot of nothing? And this just kind of, disappears a little bit? Is that what's going to happen with this situation? Was it a whole lot of noise around draft time, but not a whole lot of noise later? I got a feeling that obviously that is what's holding up Garyon Conley's contract. I 100% believe that. I mean, that's just good business. If you've got this gigantic black cloud possibly hanging out there. I honestly think it'll be a whole lot of nothing too, but like I said, it's good business to probably wait that one out because they've still got time to get it done before, if I'm sure they've got the contract all queued up, everything's ready to go. They just gotta slap it down in front of them and get the signatures. I'm sure it's all queued up, ready to go. Now the other two, Obi and Vanderdoes, are ones that I'm not quite sure why haven't got the trigger pulled on them yet. As everybody else, the rest of the class is pretty much already put 8 to paper. It's odd that these top 3 have not. But I'm sure, like I said, there has been no hurdle that has been set forth by the Raiders administration that they have not cleared easily. So I really have full faith that we are going into a distractionless offseason with training camp and preseason without the added distractions, with everything locked and loaded, everything queuing and ready to go. I agree, Chuck. I think it's I know why Conley's not signed. Conley, they're waiting out. They want to see what's going to shake out because they've got time to wait on him. And I completely think that's the deal with him. But the other two I question. I'm not sure why. But now, you seen how quick the trigger got pulled on Gabe Jackson after the car deal. A week later. A week almost to the day. To the minute, dang near. And, because I believe it was last Thursday morning we got the news on the car deal. And this Thursday morning we get the news. This Thursday, well, not Thursday morning, but Thursday, we get the news on Gabe Jackson. So they're not messing around in between steps. They're taking care of hurdles. And next one should be Obi, Malafanu, and Eddie Vanderdoes. So it could have to do with the UCLA rules, but I don't know why that would have to do with them actually signing him. I mean, I understand he's not in camp, but they knew that rule when they drafted the kid, so I don't know why that would keep them from signing him. Because they know what he is, they know he's coming. Conley's a different deal because if they end up going and pressing charges against Conley and he's going to go through a legal battle, well, that's a whole different thing than anything that the other guys have involved with what they've got going on. So there's a little bit of a big difference there. I don't see why the college thing would have anything as far as signing the contract to do with his delay. I'm honestly not sure why. I really don't know why. Not sure why. Why it is that those two aren't signed. But I believe that it will get done. Like I said, these little hurdles have been getting cleared, and no worries. No worries. Now, I guess this is news. I mean, it's news for freaking June 29th in the middle of the off season, but Zach Orr all of a sudden is on the open market, and oh my God, it's an inside linebacker, free agent thrown to free agency. All of a sudden, thrust into it, and it seems like every time any linebacker, Harris, any of these guys that just pop up, Raider Nation is just like, oh my God, we should go out and get that guy. Like, listen, there's a reason these guys are on the market. It's not because they're, there's a reason these guys are out there. So you got to look at these are like used cars. There's a reason somebody got rid of it. So you got to look it over. Let's just look at Mr. Orr. Let's kick the tires on him a little bit. Obviously, health. He's got a spinal issue. He has a spinal... What? Hold on. What is this? The C1. The very top of his spine never fully developed. In addition, any injury to that area ranks among the worst spinal cord injuries. While only 2% of spinal injuries occur there, the damage could enter paralysis or death. In a moment, Orr's career or life could end. So, he's got that hanging over his head all the time. So that's what you want. That's what you want when you go, yeah. Are you going to be guaranteed that a guy like that's going to play at full speed? No! Absolutely not. See Exhibit A. Hey, are you gonna play at full speed? Knowing what you know about the top of your top of your spine there? Are you gonna play at full speed? Come on, man. Every time you go to make a tackle, that's gonna be in the back of your head. I understand he's a young kid, man, and he's still, if he was 100% healthy, he would still have a lot of tread on the tires. And I understand everybody's scared to death at what we got at middle linebacker, and it was the biggest need coming into this season. And we want to see it filled, but what's up, Brian? But man, that guy's too big of a risk. He's damaged goods, man. He's damaged goods. Because, I commend the guy for trying to make a comeback if they say that he can play and he's healthy. But the reality is reality. And it's a violent sport. And it takes grown men in the prime of their lives to be able to play at peak performance, and at the peak, being able to use their body at its absolute peak to be able to even compete in this sport. And if you can't go out there and give it 100%, you're not going to make it out there. You're just not going to make it out there. And it's unfortunate. I feel bad for him, but hey, maybe the Chiefs will sign him. Maybe the Chiefs will sign him, because I don't see a great season for Mr. Roar. I just don't. But yes, that's the thing. If he can stay healthy, Jukebox, that's the thing. If in a perfect world, but a lot of football is mental, and I honestly don't think that mentally that guy will ever be the same. Knowing, he's a linebacker. He's paid to use his body like a missile and take people down. And every time he throws his body into somebody and goes to make a tackle, he's gonna have to be worried about if he's gonna be able to get up off the ground. I mean, that is planted in his head, and that, I'm telling you, that's gonna take his edge off. I understand in the training room when he's hitting the weights and he's running drills and he probably feels like $1 million freaking bucks. But when he has to go out there and it's Sunday and he's gotta, I'm telling you, it's gonna be different, and he's not gonna be the same guy. And somebody's gonna take a risk, gonna take a flyer on him, and he ain't gonna work out. I'm telling you, he ain't gonna work out. That's a bad injury for the position that he has, and I wish him luck, but I don't want to see him in the silver and black. I don't. You're damaged goods, bro, and I think you should take whatever money you got, invest it in something you like doing, and open a restaurant or something, steakhouse, craft beer. There you go. Go into the craft beer. Seems to be the hot thing. There's a freaking craft beer place on every other corner. So, BeastMode, doing good things in the community again. Taking 2,000 kids to the water park. First 2,000 kids who showed up at Lynch's BeastMode apparel store in Oakland on Thursday will be rewarded. Water park tickets. So, he had the bike rides, giving out free haircuts for grades. It's not anything new. I mean, Marshawn has been known to do great things for the kids in the Oakland community. He grew up there. He obviously has strong ties there, and he's continuing to do good things in the community. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see that everything about the Raiders is positive headlines. There's nothing negative. It's great. I mean, it's. Even this big brash guy, a moniker of BeastMode, silver and black, dreadlocks, just, looks as mean as you can be, and he's having positive headlines too. I mean, that's what we want to see from our team, that, we all back and cheer for. It's a great time to be a Raider. It is just is a great time to rep silver and black. It's nice. It's nice to ride the upswing. It's nice to ride the upswing. We all rode the suck for long enough. It's nice to ride the upswing. Oh yeah, I did. I posted that on the page. I seen BeastMode working out in boots. I mean, come on, man. Tell me that dude ain't ready. Did you realize he never went to OTAs when he was in Seattle? BeastMode did the least he could do until it was time to get ready for the season. And you got him out here running in boots and sand on his time off, basically, getting ready for the season. This dude he's chomping at the bit, man. He's chomping at the bit. And that is, I mean, this guy's got nothing to lose and nothing to prove. He's done it. He's been there. He's done it. He wants this one. It's personal to him. He wants it. He wants this one. This one's with the heart, and that's different, man. That's different, and it's gonna be such an exciting season. It's getting so close. I mean, a little over a month away, and we'll be into preseason. We'll have silver and black on a football field, and it's not that far off. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. Close. It's getting there. It's getting there. So now, I'm not sure all of you have heard, so I'm going to give a shameless plug, but every Thursday night, I do a second show. It's the only night of the week that I do a second show. It's a late night show. It's called Raider Reaction After Hours. It is on the One Nation Live page. Of course, as always, any of the webcasts are always simulcast and streamed, shared live on the Raider Reaction Facebook page. So if you haven't liked the Raider Reaction Facebook page, you need to go like it up. But at 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern, you all are cordially invited to the Raider Reaction After Hours party. It's on One Nation Live, so make sure you are there. And if you have the proper technology, or if you have a phone, I will be giving you 2 methods of technology to join via audio or video into the Commission's Ultra VIP Lounge. Sit down and talk some silver and black. It's a much more informal forum, and want to get to a little more connection with the fans, a little more connection with the Raider Nation, and those that stop in. So, tonight, if you got time and you're staying up late, stop in, One Nation Live. Raider Reaction After Hours. The contest rolls on any Raider Reaction webcast. So yes, Chris. So there is another opportunity tonight, and then one tomorrow as well. So there's still 2 more chances. So you were just tied for first there, Jukebox. So you gotta... That's why I just said, it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. It's Lines and Jukebox right now, tied atop. Brian has 2. He's right behind him with 2. It looks like, you got some other guys with 1, but those are your leaders right now. Yes, because if you are the After Hours party, if you are watching through the Facebook app with a handheld device, you can be invited into the Ultra VIP Lounge. Simply turn your device sideways and hit accept, and you'll join me on the screen. Now, I'll also be providing an audio line, so if you would, if you're scared, or if you're, just got out of the shower or something, because we don't need any of that. But strictly, no, as we discussed last night, there's a strictly no nipple policy on Raider Reaction. We'll just keep it at that. That pretty much covers our basis. So if you're scared to go on the screen, you can call in and we can break it down old school. Because I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up with a phone line. But that's tonight. One Nation Live every Thursday night. Raider Reaction After Hours. Invitation only party. Y'all are invited. I hope I see you there tonight. Khalil Mack. It's the highest pressure percentage in the NFL. A lime Rita tonight. It's always a Rita. My wife is not a fan of those. She's tried a few of them. I think there's 1 or 2 that she likes, but I don't think she's a fan of those. Khalil Mack has the highest pressure percentage in the NFL. Not shocked. Not shocked at all. Yes, he did, Kenneth. That man got paid. And another hurdle cleared, and we're still cruising on down the road. Another hurdle cleared. Moving on down the road. Absolutely. Well, I mean, this isn't any shocker. Khalil Mack has the highest pressure percentage in the NFL. Well, no kidding. Yeah, he was also nominated for ESPY Award as #1 NFL player, which is a great honor. Great honor as well. I mean, Mack's just got awards, you know. That's what I'm saying. It's only his 3rd year. The guy hasn't even peaked yet. And very, very strong possibility of back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, if he doesn't even fall off, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. And I see him getting better. I mean, the guy right now hasn't took any time off. He's still hitting it hard. Everybody else, you know, went home. Osimili's, you know, chilling in freaking Springs in Iceland. Khalil Mack's out on the field, getting dirty every day, still grinding, getting better. Defensive Player of the Year, and still getting better every day. It's a scary, scary thought. No, Chuck, that's why you're our resource service. We do not doubt your knowledge at all. 5-year 56. You were 5 and 40. You were conservative. He did get paid, and I think he's worth it. You know, we've got an amazing thing going on our offensive line right now, and you've got to keep that together. You got to keep that together, right? You've got to keep all of these pieces together as long as you can and ride this as long as you can. This doesn't happen very often. You don't get this much talent hit on this many draft picks, on this many free agents, on gelling together. You don't get all of that often. So when you get it, you got to keep it together, and we got to roll with it. So I like that they're trying to string it together. It's looking like a 4 or 5 year. We're all in, man. 4 or 5 years, and we're all in. So it's 4 or 5 years. We're all in. How many can we get? That's what we're right there. We're on the verge of it. We were so close last season. We've reloaded and filled in all the holes. It's down to players playing now. It's down to can you do your job? Can you do what you were hired to do? Because the holes have been filled. Can you learn your job? Can you do your job? And can you do what you were hired to do? Because that's now what it's down to. All the holes have been filled. Can you do your freaking job? New guys. Rookies. 2nd year guys. Mostly defensive. Offense, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. New guys on offense, they just need to come in. Just keep doing what you've been doing. The guys they brought in were Pro Bowlers anyway, except for Cordarrelle Patterson, and, you know, I think he's going to mesh in well. So, just got to keep doing what we're doing. I think we'll be fine. Now, Todd Downing, in discussing his $125 million quarterback, is obviously very excited. Very excited to, you know, you got to look at Todd Downing is 36 years old. I mean, he's not an old man. 36. I mean, he's considerably younger than me. 36. And, you know, he's loving the fact that he just got hitched to a 4th-year quarterback who just got a $125 million quarterback, looks like the next elite quarterback in the league, and you just hooked your career right to him. Because if Derek Carr continues on doing what Derek Carr has been doing, Todd Downey's going to look like an offensive genius. And his stock's going to go up and up and up. So by the time he's ready to leave in, you know, say, few years, or maybe only a couple. Heck, if he goes and wins a Super Bowl next year, you're not telling me they're not beating down Todd Downey's door? So he's loving the fact that he's basically been handed the keys to this offense, and he's got a quarterback's locked down and happy. Of course he's loving it. Of course he's loving it. Because his entire career is riding on this. Because if this continues, he is the next hot name for head coaching job. Bet. That's just the way it works. That's the natural progression. It can only take 1 year. Look what happened to the Falcons. And they lost. And their coaching staff still got pillaged. Shanahan left. It still got pillaged. That's the way it works. These guys work their way up. They prove they can do something. And one of these crappy teams that's sucking on the bottom of the league, oh, they'll gamble. And they'll try to grab the hot offensive coordinator, the hot defensive coordinator. They'll try to jump on him because they know that guy wants to have their own gig, and they're just trying to roll their dice and catch lightning in a bottle and catch that next hot coach that maybe is flying under somebody else's radar. So, hopefully, Derek Carr has the season we expect him to have. What's up, Mata? And hopefully, Mr. Downing hooks his kite and just flies along behind. And they make a nice little partnership for a few seasons, win a couple Lombardi trophies, and then maybe Mr. Downey can go along his merry way and go get him his dream coaching job. But hopefully, let's just ride with the silver and black for a minute, and let's see what we can do, because, like I said, for at least the next 5 to 6 years, at least 4, we are setting it up to lay it down in the AFC West. We are setting it up. Setting it up. What's up, JD? Don't see you out about this hour usually. What's up with you? So, of course, Todd Downey's happy. You know, he's been working with Derek Carr for a while now, and he's excited about it. He's excited about it. Oh, that's old news. You're coming here with you gotta come with the Gabe Jackson. That's what we broke that. That's old news. We got that. It's good news, though. I'm telling you, it's just another hurdle cleared. Like I said, we've just been clearing hurdles. We've been clearing hurdles. Now, there's been a lot of talk about how the Raiders want their persona to be when they go to Vegas, and how they kind of want to be. Not really change the persona, but they're kind of a new age Raiders, and they've been pushing that a little bit. They're just like we were talking about earlier, like Marshawn, he's involved in charities. These guys are businessmen in the off season. They're entrepreneurs. It's a new age. It's a new age of a modern football player. These guys aren't just the gladiators of past. They are also, like I said, they're businessmen, they're realtors, they're contractors, they're, what have you. They're just more in their communities. They all run charities. They have, they do drives, and it's just a different team and a different feel in general. So, like I said, I hope they can keep everything together. It's looking like with the Jackson deal, with the Carr deal. The 5th-year option to Mack, we can pick him up next season, get that one signed on. We're clearing every hurdle, and we're getting everything set up. And it's looking nice. It's looking nice. We're not going to change the colors. Come on now with that nonsense, Kenneth. We're not going to change the colors. Now there's the lawsuit out there. All right, now there's the lawsuit. You're going to make me get into it again, Kenneth. All right. Because the lawsuit bothers me. Because hypothetically now, if they win the lawsuit, let's say the group that is suing for the rights to the shield and the colors win the lawsuit, it would divide the Raider Nation. That group would get to keep the shield and the colors. Derek Carr, Khalil Mack, the team, They're still going to Vegas, and then they would wear whatever color they were going to wear when they got there. Which means a fraction of the Raider Nation would follow that team and still follow with allegiance to them, cheer for the players they've been cheering for. Another fraction would waiting for probably 4 to 5 years before a franchise is given back to Oakland after they build a stadium, because no new team is going to want to come in and play on dirt. So they're going to have to wait. They're going to have to be awarded a new franchise that's going to have to be added into the divisions. And they're not just going to add one team, so they're going to have to add 2. And it's going to take a while. And so 4 to 5, I know, I got goaded in, Chuck. This is one of them. It's one of them topics for me. So I don't think it can happen, guys. I just don't think it can happen. Now, everybody points to the Cleveland thing. Okay, well, it happened in Cleveland. No, it didn't happen in Cleveland. It's not how it happened. Art Modell wanted to leave. He didn't want to be a Brown. He wanted to bail. He was breaking his lease. They sued him. So they're like, we want to keep the Browns, retain the name, and we'll let you out of everything. He's like, fine, have it. I didn't want it. So he left. Becomes the Ravens. He's happy. It's what he wanted to do anyway. So he gave them something that he didn't want. Difference is, Mark Davis wants the shield. He owns it. It's his. His family birthed it and raised it from infancy. The Davis family is the owners of the shield. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. It's reality. You heard it before 100 times. I'm a realist. It's just the way it is. So deal with it. It's just the way it is. I'm sick of the Sue happy society we live in. I understand. I understand both sides of the coin, but I don't understand the owners of the league voted. The guy that owns the team wants to move. I don't understand what suing him is going to do, but I understand why you're upset, and I understand it, but I don't understand what suing's going to do and how it's going to fix it. It's not going to fix the problem. It's going to divide the nation. It's going to cause a divide, and I don't see how that fixes the problem. But no, they're not going to change the colors. The Shield's going to Vegas. We're going to play in the new Palace. Palace in the desert. Hey, man, we're pirates. When it comes down to it, that dude's a pirate. Comes down to the core of what a raider is. We pillage and we plunder. We're pirates. We raid. Hey. Pirates go to where the treasure is. The treasure is going to be in Vegas. Palace in the desert. And I'm going to be there, and I'm going to enjoy watching one of the most storied franchises in the NFL and one of the loves closest to my heart, besides my family, not play on dirt. Not play on dirt. Not play those. Well, everybody's got a GoFundMe page, Chuck. Everybody's got a GoFundMe page. Man, I've seen these people that have had a GoFundMe page to get tickets and what they want, tickets, money for concessions, and memorabilia to go to a music concert festival thing. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, he's doing awesome, Jennifer. But for some reason, I don't know why, he's pissed off tonight. We're not sure why. But as a whole, though, he's been doing really, really well. He's an awesome little dude. So thank you for asking. Heck yeah, it's loaded with heavy arsenal. You better believe it. So, let's see. It's a little late, but like I said, I'm going to work through this list. It's the list of greatest Raiders by jersey number, because it's I kind of like these nostalgic type lists, because you know, bring some old names up, some names you hadn't thought of before, some old Raiders, and you're like, oh, it's just a little memory teaser. You know, it just pops a name maybe in your head that you hadn't thought of. That's why I like going through these. We stopped at 16, which was George Blanda. Now, number 17, the greatest Raider to wear number 17. Now, there's been a few, but none of them even reached really double digits in catches. We had Tim Dwight, Mike Williams, Orlando Truitt. I mean, I say none for 17 because none of those guys are worth listing as a greatest Raider to wear a number. So I give a big 0 for 7. Nobody. I guess more, maybe. Does he list him as the greatest? I suppose. Now, number 18, Jeff Jaeger, Raider kicker from 89 to 95, stands as fourth on the Raiders scoring chart. It's top 5 of the Raiders scoring chart. Old kicker. You know, we all remember Mr. Jaeger. He was a kicker in a, that was, I graduated in 93, so that was a big period of my Raiders fandom. That was all through my high school years, and he was pretty much the kicker. Heck no, not Moss. Come on, Daniel. He never played for the Raiders. He just had a jersey. He never played for the Raiders. Oh, you can't put Andre Holmes over Jeff Jaeger. He's fourth on the all-time scoring list. No way. No way. I'm sorry. I have to veto all of those. What was the year you were born? 93? Oh my God. Don't tell Daniel. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. You just aged me. right in front of my eyes. Good Lord. I know he was joking. I know he's joking. Now, number 19. You got to go back a ways for a number 19. Can you remember any great number 19 Raiders in history? This one you got to dig back to find a great number 19. You got to go back all the way to Cotton Davidson. Played almost 6 seasons as quarterback for the Raiders. Named to the Pro Bowl in his first full season in 1963. Cotton Davidson. Greatest Raider to wear number 19. Now, number 20, I call a tie. I got Torrey James, Darren McFadden. Torrey James, 3 seasons with the Raiders, 11 interceptions, played in the Super Bowl. McFadden had sparks, man, and he was around for a while. He just never could quite get it done. No. But, I always kind of had a soft spot for Darren McFadden. I don't know why. Because I could just see the potential that guy had. I could just see the potential that guy had. And so, I'm going to call it a tie. Torrey James and Darren McFadden at number 20. Now, number 21... There's been some great 21s. Nnamdi Asomugha was a great 21 that comes to mind. But nobody is near. Fargus, yeah. I was a big Fargus fan, Chuck. I ain't gonna lie. I was a big Fargus fan. Huggy Bear's son. I had a ton of Fargus rookie cards. I still got a ton of Fargus rookie cards. They're worth like about as much as the cardboard. But Huggy Bear. Yep, Huggy Bear's kid. But I wouldn't rank him ahead of McFadden. Cliff Branch obviously is number 21. Number 22 is a Hall of Famer, and I don't think there's any doubt who number 22 is. Yeah, Eric Allen, yes, and Nnamdi Asomugha, I agree on both, but neither one of those are better than Cliff Branch. Kenneth. So they are great 21s, but they are not the greatest 21. It's obviously got to be Cliff Branch, without a doubt. He's the greatest Raider 21. Neither one of those guys did anything comparable to what Cliff Branch did as a Raider. Number 22, Mike Haynes, Hall of Famer. Spent 7 seasons, his Hall of Fame career with the Raiders. He was named All-Pro twice and won a Super Bowl. Mike Haynes, he wears the jacket. He's got a Super Bowl ring, Hall of Fame ring. He's a Raider great. Greatest Raider to ever wear number 22. Number 23. Here's one for you. What's the greatest number 23 that you can think of? You got to dig back for this one too. It's not a lot of great 23s if you start to think about it. When's the last great 20 Raider you see him wearing number 23? Charlie Smith played nearly every game of his 7-year career at running back for the Raiders from 68 to 74. He's in the top 10 on the Raiders rushing list. You got to dig back for that one. Now, let me throw in one last shameless plug here for second show. Every Thursday, I've got a second show. Of course, I bring you the news, all the silver and black news for a solid hour like I do every Thursday. Then I want to kick back. I just want to talk some silver and black with the rest of Raider Nation. So I invite you all to the Raider Reaction After Hours Party. Now this After Hours Party takes place on One Nation Live. Of course it is simulcast and streamed live on Raider Reaction as well. But I want you to go over and like up the One Nation Live page. Because there's a lot of fire going on over there as well. We've got some great show hosts over there. Got a lot of show hosts over there. You got CC kicking it over there. You got Watts, Levi. A lot of guys over there. You got Jay, JD Enigmas over there. A lot of fire over there too. Just like you got at Oakland Raiders football. So, we're all one family. It's all one love. And that's why I'm doing one show a week over there. Just to spread it around. And I'm doing a little different format. So, if you got time, Queen Raider, yes, there's a ton of them. It'd been like a quiz where they got like 16 to 20. They're trying to name them all, man. It'd be like a quiz. At least off the top of my head, just to like rattle them off, like doing a roll call. But it's at 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern. So stop over tonight, One Nation Live. Maybe you can join me in the Ultra VIP Lounge. You can either slide in with a video feed, or you can join me by audio feed, whichever you prefer. Whichever you prefer. So that is tonight and every Thursday night. Now, next Thursday, I don't know if you guys seen my promo. I only put it out for just a little bit, threw it in a couple spots. We'll start running next week, but next Thursday, we are bringing our favorite Cowboy fan, T-Well, back to Raider Reaction for what a new segment called the Franchise Face-Off. Cowboy fan, T-Well, Raider fan, the Commish, go head-to-head in the second half of every Thursday Raider Reaction. And should be interesting. Because now I made T-Well keep himself under control when he was filling in for Prime on Ghost of the Post because he was there for a different reason. Yes, favorite, in quotations. You're correct. But for this segment, I've taken the leash off of him, so should be interesting. Should be interesting, and I think you will enjoy. And I'm hoping that this little segment will maybe draw a couple other of these so-called trolls out from under the bridge and Maybe we can see if they can step up and actually bring the fire from behind their keyboards. So we'll see. But T-Will be joining us every Thursday in the second half of Raider Reaction for the franchise face-off. Cowboy vs. Raider. For your viewing pleasure. All right, well, let's touch on one more here. One or two more. Number 24. Now, number 24 is a storied number. There's been a lot of guys that's worn number 24. Oh, you had the great Michael Huff that wore 24. I mean, come on. You also had a gentleman by the name of Charles Woodson. Number 4. And, of course, you had Willie Brown. Oh, Chuck, he's been warned. He's been warned. But the thing is if I'm taking the leash off of him, I'm taking the leash off of you guys as well, and you know, have at him, because if it should be fun. It should be fun. It should be fun. Trust me. We've had we've went back and forth many times before, so it'll be interesting to do it with the cameras rolling, and an audience participating and poking and prodding all the way through. So of course it's got to be Willie Brown, Tana. Of course it's got to be Willie Brown. It's the greatest number 24. If you ask Charles Woodson who the greatest 24 is, what would Charles Woodson say? Charles Woodson asked Willie Brown if he could beat 24. That's how much respect Charles Woodson had for Willie Brown. He knows. He knows he's the greatest 24 in Raider history. Everybody knows that. It's old man Willie. And there's really no debate about that. So, really no debate about that. So, yes. We got some, you know, it's the off season. So, you know, I know when the season gets here, I'm going to have more than plenty to say to fill my time. But, and to, obviously, you guys will have a lot to say. We're going to be all excited. Football's going on. It's going to be much different. But right now, obviously, time's a little stale. It's not a lot in the news. And that's why I'm trying to add some things to the show next week and for the upcoming weeks going into the training camp and preseason. So it's for a little more entertainment value, and you know, give it a little more variety night to night on Raider Reaction. So on Mondays we'll have the Ghost of the Post with Prime of the Commish, as we always do. On Tuesday it'll be all silver and black with the Commish, as it always is. Wednesday will be the same. Goes to the Post, Prime of the Commish, but like we added last night, which I don't know if you caught, which I hope you did, which was the first edition of the Prime Cut, as we hand over the stage to Prime, and he gives you the Prime Cut on whatever topic he wants to bring to the table and discuss with the Raider Nation at hand. So that is every Wednesday night during Ghost of the Post, during Raider Reaction. Prime will give you the Prime Cut. Now on Thursday, like I was just telling you, the second half of the show will be the franchise face-off. T-Well will be joining the Commish. Franchise versus franchise, Raider versus Cowboy, head-to-head for your viewing pleasure. That will be the second half. Now the first half will be, we'll touch on all the silver and black news, just like always. And then the second half, we'll get a little down and dirty. And then Friday night, we're going to continue. I'm going to continue with the Commish Jr. hanging out with me on Friday night. At least until we get up to training camp. And we're going to do some special little things. We got some special things planned for you on Friday, Black Fridays, with the Commish Jr. So tune in tomorrow night. So we got something a little different, something completely different than we've ever done before. So tune in tomorrow night for that. So tonight, for the rest of this week, you got the After Hours party tonight. You got Black Friday tomorrow. All right. Yes. Please do. That would be awesome. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. So, if you can, join me later and jump in with me, man. Let's talk some Silver and Black one-on-one. Instead of you listening to me, I'd like to listen to you. So, I hope you can make it. But that's about it. I appreciate you guys joining me for the evening. Appreciate any minute anybody spends with me in an evening. Talk some Silver and Black. Was an exciting day. Getting Gabe Jackson taken care of. Now we're going to focus on the 3 rookies. Get them taken care of, and we roll into the training camp and preseason. Looking ready to go. So, like I said, you all have been cordially invited to the Raider Reaction After Hours Party. It is at 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern. I will see you there. Come stop by. Let's talk some Silver and Black. Let's kick it. Just chill out. And let's talk some Silver and Black. A little more one-on-one action, and I hope you can make it. You are formally invited. Until then, if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, love, Raider Nation.